What's up friends, it's Mike again. Glad to have you guys back to another episode of Best True Wireless Earbuds, where I find the highest demanded and most interesting earbuds for you. And today is going to be a very special episode because it's the final episode of the year where I wrap up all my reviews of my True Wireless earbuds. So as you all know, there has been a lot of True Wireless earbuds. There has been a new one coming out every single month, and hence I have all these on my table. So there's a lot of good ones out there that can actually make your life a bit more enjoyable because of all the functions and its sound quality. And then there are ones that you should definitely avoid because it hurts your ears, doesn't sound that good, and it's just not worth your money. The purpose of this video is to break through the clutter so at the end you'll know which expensive earbuds are actually worth the money and which affordable ones are actually worth getting over the expensive ones if you don't need all those extra features. And also I do have 5 more over here to add to my collection, which are surprisingly really good and could be better than the more expensive ones. So at the end of this video, hopefully we'll find the right one for you, or if you're gifting it to someone, you will find the right one for them. So full disclosure to my audience, these 4 companies did send in their earbuds free of charge for me to review. I bought the Soundcore Liberty Pro myself, and as always, I'm gonna give you the good and the bad, so if something sucks, you're definitely gonna know about it, and if it's good, you know about that as well. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So first of all, starting with the AirPod Pros, these are actually one of my favorite earbuds so far. It sounds great, it connects with multiple devices very easily, and it has active noise cancelling. So this does a lot of things well in a lot of areas, but the only thing is that it's damn expensive. So that's why today on the show, I brought you 2 new affordable earbuds that are comparable to the AirPod Pros. So we got the Pamu Mini, which is $60 while it's on sale. The retail is like $150 or something. And then we have the EOZ Icon. And the reason why I say they're kind of similar is because the sound quality of these 2 are actually really good. So the bass is really substantial in both of these. It's punchy, has a wide soundstage, and the bass doesn't cover the mids and the highs while it's like really powerful. So really, it's one of those things that you can't really tell the difference between these and the AirPods without you listening side by side for like 30 minutes. So the sound quality is close enough. And also with both of these, it can be used independently as well, meaning that you can use the right earbud only or the left earbud only. But I gotta give it to the EOZ Icon for having a really fast connection quality, just like the AirPods, because when you open the case, that's where it connects to your device right away, so that when you put it in your ear, you don't have to wait for the Bluetooth to find your device and say like connected kind of thing. It's like already connected while it's in the case, so it's quite fast there. And also when you have them both in your ear, you can put whichever one in the case and it will not sever the connection. So these 2 are designed like the AirPods, where most of the body hangs outside of your ear. It does use the plastic ear tip to secure it outside of your ear canal, so it sits there very comfortably. So although both of these are really comfortable, the question is, are they secure? So I'm going to do shake tests for both of these. So it's not a surprise there, because with any earbud that are designed like AirPods, most of it sits on the outside of your ear, and in my experience, they are comfortable once you get a good seal into your ear, just like the AirPods, but you do have to fiddle around with the silicone tip a bit to like complete that seal. And even though you're sitting and walking, over time it does become loose, so you do have to adjust it a lot. And that happens with my AirPod Pros too. It's just the nature of the design, so yeah. But anyways, both of these do boast like really good call quality, which I'll compare all the call quality at the very end so you can see the side by side and figure out which call quality is actually the best. So anyways, those are the similarities, and what's different and why you're paying less is because obviously you don't have an app, you can't customize the controls, and with both of these, they actually use touch controls, so you can't modify anything there. And I gotta mention that the EOZ Icon, you cannot control the volume with it, while the Pamu Mini you can. And the other thing is that there's no hot swappable connections here, so you do have to disconnect your current device to connect it to your new device. So if you are a person who uses multiple devices, these 2 won't work too well with that, unless you do have the patience to do that. And usually at this price point, cases like this would not have wireless charging, and in this case the EOZ Icon does not, but the Pamu Mini does. So you can place it on a wireless charger and bam, it's charging. So anyways, at their current price point with the EOZ being at $90, I do think it's a very solid product with really impressive sound quality and connection. Whereas with the Pamu Mini, this is like a steal at $60. And the retail price is $150, but I always see them on sale for a lot less than that. So at $150, I would not recommend this, but at $60, yeah, it's pretty good. And next we have something that's really cool. So here we have the Jaybird Vistas. These are my like really favorite ones because they are super compact and small. They're kind of like the AirPod Pros over here. I really felt that this was like the everyday carry earbuds because of its compact size and the way it fits in your ear. It has one of the most comfortable and secure fits that I've ever tried. And also it's kind of indestructible because it's completely waterproof. So with all that being said, we have the Linear Flux Hypersonic over here, which basically does the same thing. So the sound quality compared to the Vistas is actually very similar. The bass is really punchy and very tight, whereas the bass in the Jaybird Vistas are a bit more bloomy, but you can configure that in the equalizer, so it really depends on what kind of sound you want. The mids and the highs are really clear in the Hypersonic as well. It's actually really similar to the Jaybird Vistas in size, shape, and fit. And I forgot to mention, these are waterproof as well, IPX7 rated. I've drenched them in water and submerged them, and they still are working today, so that's really impressive. So they do come with these green ear tips and black hooks over here, which are like fully silicone shaped, just like the Vistas. They are comfortable. I've used them for a long time, and they have this like suction power when they go in your ear canal, just like the Vistas do. And again, while it's comfortable, the question is it secure? Here's a shake test for you to see if they fall out. Okay, and I'm quite scared because usually in these situations I have to shake really hard and they still won't come out. This might give me a headache. I had a brain explosion there. So these are just as secure as my Jaybird Vistas. That is really impressive, and oh my gosh. And the other thing is that the case can be charged wirelessly. So that's something that's better over the Jaybird Vistas over here. It uses a USB Type-C as well. And the only other thing I have to mention about these earbuds is that it's kind of hard to press when they're in your ear, and there's no controls for volume. So that's kind of something you can improve on in addition with the plasticky case. So at $120, I don't know. Like I think this should be like under 100, like more of like the $90 to $100 range. So it's like $20 overpriced, and I mean that's just my feels. But if you want something that's like the Jaybird Vistas, but you don't get the hot swappable connections or equalizer, the Linear Flex Hypersonic is definitely a good choice. Anyways, next up we do have the Cambridge Audio Melomania 1 and the Soundcore Liberty Pro 2. These were highly recommended and suggested by you in the comments, so I was really excited to try them out, and this is what I found. So with the Melomania at $100, I was quite impressed because the case is actually really well made. It has a nice substantial click to open and close it. And the only thing is that it uses micro USB. That's the only thing it can like kind of be upgraded because it kind of feels like it was made last year. However, it's not that big of a deal. It's just like a feels kind of thing. But the earbuds are actually really well made, and they are secured in the case magnetically, so that's really good. Because you don't want to be like my JOKERS, which are nuts. Oh my, yeah, that happened. So yeah, anyways, the earbuds do like flash when you turn them on. It's quite mesmerizing. And then when you take the earbuds out, it's actually shaped like this. It's cool in concept, it's very minimalistic, but the thing is that when you put them in your ear, as you'll see, they don't really hang out anywhere. They kind of like float like this. And I did find that using the ear tips that was provided in the case, the seal would slip out and I would have to periodically readjust them. And the thing is that the more you adjust it, the more uncomfortable it's gonna be over a long period of time. So that's what I found. But they did provide me with the Comply foam ear tips, which work really well. And after I put them on and put them back in my ears, they actually conform to the shape of my ear, and I didn't have to fix the seal anymore. So that's a must get if you do buy earbuds like this. But anyways, with the Comply foam ear tips in, the seal is great. The question is though, how secure is it? Here's the shake test. those foam ear tips are really secure. Although the seal here did come out a bit. And by the way, you should subscribe to my channel if you do want to see all the latest earbuds that are coming out in 2020, like the Pixel Buds and the Bose active noise cancelling earbuds. Anyways, back to the program. So with these earbuds, they actually use hardware buttons on the side, so it's very easy to press. You can actually control volume by holding onto it, and you can skip tracks and play. But the thing that is most notable and most should be mentioned is the sound quality. The bass is really strong. It kind of has a character to it. It's really rich, and it actually rumbles in your ear, so that's really impressive. So it's great for watching movies and that. You really feel immersed in what you're watching, and you can feel like the spaceships, like, so it's really cool. But if you're listening to music, this is where I think it kind of falls under, because when there's vocals and everything, the highs and mids are kind of like clouded by that overpowering bass, and it feels like it's behind the bass. So that's the only thing I noticed. So if you're listening to music, you might not be getting the clarity that you may find in more expensive earbuds. But anyways, that's what I think. These are quite a solid product for the price, but again, it's a preference of your sound. If you like a more bassy, powerful, rich bass kind of thing, this is good for that. But if you want a sizzling bass and clarity up front, here is the Soundcore Liberty Pro 2. This comes in at 150 bucks, but I often, or maybe just during this seasonal holiday, I see it for 110 sometimes. They have that little coupon button on the Amazon sites. Anyways, I'm gonna post all the sale links down below so you can see what's on sale right now, so that you can get whatever that you want while the holiday is still here, and you can get that discounted price. And with the Liberty Pro 2, I was really impressed because I tried them and compared them with the Sennheisers by watching movies and listening to music for like 2 hours plus, and I still could not find major differences. And I mean, like, this is 300 bucks and this is 150, so it's kind of like half the price, and you're getting the same, or not the same. Like, the Sennheisers do perform slightly better in the bass and the mids and highs, but it's really subtle. Like, it's gonna take you a while to find the differences. And the Soundcore actually comes with an app as well. They have different equalizers and different settings for everything. I found that the signature sound the best. The bass in these are like the Sennheisers. They rumble in your ear without muddying the mids and the highs. Everything's really clear. There's a lot of detail, and it's really good. But I do have to mention that there is some like equalizer magic that happens in there that makes your music very expressive, lively, and exciting kind of thing, which makes me feel like that it's somewhere in between the Sony and the Sennheisers. So overall, I was really impressed. The build quality is really good too. The case slides out like this at a curvature, and it uses USB Type-C, and it can be charged wirelessly. With the earbuds themselves, the controls are quite easy to use. They have 2 hard buttons on top, which in the app you can customize to increase your volume and control playback, so that's really good. It uses wingtips on the side to hook it in the inner part of your ear for a comfortable fit. Again, I use this for hours while comparing, and it's quite comfortable, so I have no complaints here. But again, the question is it secure? So here's the last shake test for you for today. Let me try it again. There you go. The thing is that, again, most of its body is hanging out on the outside, so it's not as secure as the Jaybird Vistas or the Jabras that I have, which sit on the inside of your ear. And some people do find that when they're working out or running, this does flop around up and down like this, and because of that, you're gonna have to kind of fix the seal. So for more vigorous sports, this isn't going to be the most secure, but for most other things, like 90% of the time when you're walking around, I think it's going to be a-okay. So again, at $150, you're not getting the hear-through, but you are getting the sound quality, and at $110, dang, this is really good for that price. So yeah, guys, there you have it. And now we're gonna do the call quality test with the ones that I just showed you guys, and we're gonna compare it with the 2 that have the best call quality, which is the Jabra 75Ts and the AirPod Pros. Hey guys, so in this test, I'm trying to emulate a coffee shop background environment so that you can hear the noise canceling in the mics for calls. I'm doing that by using my speaker over here, and now we're using my camera mic. And now we're gonna switch to the earbuds, and what you wanna notice is how well it separates my voice from the background sounds. Testing, 1, 2, 3. This is the Pamu Mini. And of course, we have my signature fan test. Testing, 1, 2, 3. This is the Pamu Mini. And now we have the EOZ icon. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is the EOZ icon. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is the EOZ icon. And now we have the AirPod Pros in my ear. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is the AirPod Pros. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is the AirPod Pros. And now we have the Jabra 75Ts in my ear. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is the Jabra 75T. So now we have the Hypersonic in my ear. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is the Hypersonic. 1, 2, 3. This is the Hypersonic. So this is Cambridge Audio's Melomania. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is testing 1, 2, 3. This is Cambridge Audio's Melomania. And finally, this is the Soundcore Liberty Pro 2. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is the Soundcore Liberty Pro 2. Testing. This is the Soundcore Liberty Pro 2. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, guys. So what do you guys think? Which sounds the best? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you got a good sense of which works the best. So there you have it, guys, and now I'm gonna give you my topics. So if you're a Apple user, obviously the best one for you is gonna be the Apple AirPods Pro. Again, this does everything right. The hear-through is really good. The user experience with the touch force buttons is really good. And it's just expensive, but in my experience, being a iPad and a MacBook user, I do find that switching between the two is really good, and the sound quality is really good. I can even use this for video editing, so this makes my life a lot simpler. It's actually like a tool that I carry around every day with me, so that's really good. But as you know, I do use a BlackBerry Key 2, which is an Android device, and when I carry my phone out only, I don't bring my AirPods with me because the volume is kind of limited at 75-ish%. And it just doesn't sound as good with an Android. And so if you're an Android user, I would either choose the Jabra 75Ts, which is really good for calls and using multiple devices, and it's really secure in my ear as well. And it's really compact and small, so this is like an EDC kind of thing. Or I would choose the Sennheiser for sound quality, or the Sony for active noise cancelling. And the difference between the two is that I like the sound of the Sennheisers more. But with the Sony, the only reason you would get this is for the sound quality and because you want to listen to music at a low volume because of the active noise cancelling. If you are someone who works out and listens to high volume music, I don't think that the ANC is going to help you much there, or it's not going to be useful, and it's not good for working out because it kind of flops around in your ear because again the whole body of this is on the outside and it does this while you run, and I have to readjust it a lot, and it's not weather resistant. It doesn't have an IPX rating, whereas the Sennheisers have an IPX4, and the price did drop down from $350 to $300 now, so yeah. And then for more affordable earbuds, for $110, if this is on sale for that price especially, then obviously yeah, the Soundcore is pretty good. But if it's at $150, I'd rather get something that's $100 because you got the Lipertec Tevi over here. These are really good. They have a really clear upfront sound where it reproduces what the artists are trying to express in their music. For me, I do think the treble is really strong in this one, but if you like that audiophile-ish sound, which is more clear, neutral, balanced kind of thing, you got the Tevis for under $100. And of course, if you are more bass-oriented, you got the Melomania 1 and the Sabit E12 over here. So again, the bass is really impressive on the Melomania. I do like the build quality, the size, it's very easy to take out. Again, like I hope they improve the balance of sound and the USB Type-C in these in the future. And with the Sabit E12, I think it's $80, and you can get the Ultra version, which has more clarity but less bass. But for myself, I actually returned the Ultras because I didn't think it was that big of a difference for me to buy the Ultras and have the E12s at the same time. So the E12's, the bass is really deep, the bass depth is really deep, it's really impressive, and it rumbles in your ear. And the difference between these two is that the Melomanias have a more warm sounding bass, and while the E12s is just like a punch in the face. So it's impressive. And the reason why I'm recommending these three over the other earbuds that I have in the past or reviewed today is because these fit me the best. They have the best seal for me. I don't have to readjust them that much, and that's really important thing. Like with true wireless earbuds, most of them have like really good sound already. Again, you're paying a lot more for features like hear through or hot swappable connections and like stuff like wireless charging. So if you don't need those, I think the sound in the cheaper ones would satisfy. So if you have a good fit and it fits in your pocket and the battery life is good, I think you're gonna find earbuds that are gonna work the best for you. And if you want something to stock your stockings for the holiday seasons to give as a present to someone else, again, we have the Pamu Mini for $60. I think this is a great little gift for someone. It's a tiny little form factor, great sound, and I would certainly get it over the Pamu Slide because this is really bulky and big. But again, if it's not on sale for $60 and it sells for $150, no. So only get it if it's on sale. Yeah guys, I really hope that helps you guys out. This was a super long video. Remember to like and subscribe if you want to see the latest earbuds in 2020, which I'm going to be reviewing. And also I'll be going to CES in January as well, so there's going to be a lot of new tech. It's going to be very exciting, and I'll see you guys in the very next video. Bye and happy holidays.